Yo guys, what's going on? LifeOfRio here, and guys, I'm bringing you guys something that I've been thinking about for at least over a year, and I'm trying to figure out why it's currently not in the game because, the game's been out for so long, and it's something so simple. Well, in my mind, I kind of think it's simple, but it's just so weird. A lot of people haven't talked about it to see why we don't have it, and that's with reach being in our stat sheets in the arsenal. So if you guys don't know what I mean, I'll definitely go over it. So let me just give you guys a quick scenario on weapons that, that we have in the game. So we have Reach and Prime Reach ever since Prime Reach been in the game. Prime Reach is actually an excellent mod, but a lot of players tend to go away from it because a lot of players don't understand it. They don't see any value in it. They don't see any stat changes in it, right? Now, I will show you guys the weapon that Prime Reach is also excellent on. But at the same time, let's go ahead and take a look at my Mesa. You guys already know, scale 1 to sexy. You guys let me know in the comment section. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and jump back into this, and we're gonna go look. So the thing about this is that when you have your weapon, like if you use Prime Reach on weapons like this, what's going to happen is that on weapons of dual blades and single blades like the Nakano, what's going to happen with your what's going to happen when you have Prime Reach on is that that weapon is probably good at hitting single targets. Well, it is good at hitting single targets, but with putting on Prime Reach is going to be able to let you get multi-hits in at times to give you just a little bit more range to where you can hit a second target. So it kind of increases your DPS in some weird aspect because you're hitting more than one target, making your job just a wee bit easier for you. You know what I mean? So let's go in this. Like the dual Ickers back in the day, way back in the day, a lot of people used to use Prime Reach on the dual Ickers, which actually wasn't bad. But as you guys can see right there to the lower right side, we have Toxin, Wall Attack, Status, Spin, Leap, Critical, Multiplier, and Critical Chance, Channeling Damage, Channeling Cost. Now, why isn't the range, the base range of the weapon, why isn't that stat inside of the arsenal so we can know how the weapon even functions? Now, it's a lot of things that I've always thought about, and I'm like, that would be excellent because you have a Reach mod, but we have no stats on the Reach. So the only way to test it is to do it the old school way, which is having your weapon, and then when you have your weapon, you can do things like you can put a waypoint and then slide attack, swing the weapon, hold the enemy in the air, and see how far you're actually swinging that weapon. So you can actually judge. That's 9 meters. I've come up a little bit closer. 8 meters. Okay, so the weapon with Prime Reach will hit at 8 meters. That's kind of like the old way of testing the weapon. Now with weapons like the Guillotine, now this is the thing that's weird. This is why we need a stat sheet with this, and I would love for this to be in the arsenal. You guys let me know in the comment section if you guys agree, if you think this will actually help out a lot in Warframe, because I think this would be a great addition in Warframe. So let's go ahead and look at this. You see the Guillotine Prime, right? Look how long this weapon is. You see the range of this weapon. This is just a really long sword, right? It's a very long sword. It's a great sword. Talking Dark Souls style. So when you look at this weapon, and you would think like, oh my god, Prime Reach on this weapon would be excellent. Now, Prime Reach on this weapon is not bad at all. I'm just gonna throw out an assumption, which I'm thinking I've heard from a lot of people, that the base range on this one is 3 meters, and with Prime Reach it goes up to 5 to 6 meters. But if you guys definitely do know from harder testing in the comment section, be sure to let me know. So here's the thing, like you throw Prime Reach on this weapon, and you have Prime Reach on this weapon, there's no stat to let you know that the weapon even changed any. And that's the thing, a lot of new players, or a lot of just casual players period, if you're not used to Prime Reach and you put it on, you don't see any stat change, you feel like you're wasting it. You feel like this mod isn't worth anything. So I've talked to a lot of different players, and I just asked them regular questions. How you feel about Prime Reach? Why don't you put Prime Reach on this weapon? And they're like, well, Prime Reach is trash, it doesn't do anything. And it's not trash. It's an amazing mod actually for certain weapons, but I kind of see where they're coming from because there's no data to actually support this evidence for them. So when the way how you would test this basically is to we're just gonna throw out anything, and we're just gonna go in here. We're gonna oh god, wrong thing, Mason. We don't want to kill him. So we're gonna put this on and we're gonna lock the enemies down. That's petty. All right, so we have 6 meters right there, right? So we're gonna go up a little bit closer. Okay, now we just got a hit right there, did we? Nope, 5 meters. Yep, we got a hit at 4 meters. As you can see, the damage that's going off at 4 meters, we can hit them, right? 5 meters, we can hit them at 5 meters. Now that's how it works, guys. 9 meters, that's a no. No. 7 meters, no. 6 meters, no. Okay, so it's going to be 5 meters. So it's going to be 5 meters for the Guillotine Prime with Prime Reach on. It's going to be 5 meters, maybe 6, because mine is 1 from the top, so that extra 5 could actually take you to 6 meters. So then you have the slide attack, and the slide attack actually has a little bit more range than the base. So you can actually be at 6 meters. So with the Guillotine Prime, that would definitely take you there. And that's just the old way of testing, man. But testing this way is just so tedious to when we could have had the stats in there regularly. And this is another thing that I wanted to point out, is that the Guillotine Prime, when you look at the range of this weapon, just looking at the size, just off size, just judging it off the size, you would think that Prime Reach on this weapon would make this thing hit ridiculously far. Because the way on how it works is that Prime Reach works just like any other mod in the game, and that's basically like, let's say your Warframe ability scales well at base duration. You have a nice base duration, so putting on a duration mod is going to make it scale up even higher, because the base is already naturally high, so it's going to go up even higher if you use a duration mod on your Warframe, you know, kind of like that. So if your ability on your Warframe as well also has a lot of range, a base range coming out the gate without any range mods, and you put a new range mod on like Stretch, it's going to significantly get higher. It's going to go up very, very far. And that's the same with melee weapons. So the thing about melee weapons is that each weapon come with a base stat range, but we just can't see it. We just have to figure out what it is. And so, like I was saying, looking at the range of, looking at the length of this weapon, just the Guillotine Prime, just looking at it off base, you would think that this weapon should be tied with, let's say, the Orthos Prime, because when you look at the weapon, look at the Orthos Prime, it does not look that much longer than the Guillotine Prime. And this is just how a lot of new players look at it. Actually, in actuality, almost the Guillotine Prime almost looks longer than the Orthos, because the Orthos just doesn't look that long at all. So when you put these things together from a new player's point of view, it doesn't make any kind of sense. But the crazy thing is, with the Orthos, and I had these mods on ready for testing, I'm gonna do this just so you guys can see. Actually, let's do this. Now the freaking Orthos, man, the range on this thing is around 10 meters. So when you think about just how long 10 meters is with the Orthos, it's ridiculous. 10 meters is just crazy on a weapon. And this is why the Orthos was always loved. This is why it still holds a great spot in Warframe. And that's because it's staying in the meta, because it has so much range and it's the only one of its class, right? So when we lock down these enemies, right, we're gonna lock down the nice block, Mesa, nice block. So as you can see, oh, let me put this on. At 8 meters we're hitting, still hitting at 8 meters. So 10 meters on a regular swing though. Now watch with the slide attack. With slide attack, you can get a hit off no problem at 10 meters. Because and I put Berserker on just so you can see when it procs. Just so you guys can see when it procs. As you guys can see, so 10 meters with the Orthos is really freaking huge range. It doesn't increase your DPS, but what it does do with having a lot of range on is that it doesn't increase your DPS on the weapon, but it increases your KPS, which is your kills per second, because it makes it more efficient for you to kill, because you can kill that guy while killing that guy while only focusing on that guy, right? So it's a very strong thing, and I would love to see that stat change. Just something very small too. I think it's very small, but it might be a bigger thing for DE just to go about. And this is what I want to show you guys, just so you guys can see. Now this, for you guys in the comment section that don't know, this right here, for the people on my stream know, this is my favorite weapon in the entire game. You guys will see this weapon in a lot of gameplay. I have to get this weapon to 100,000 plus kills. This is my favorite weapon in the entire game. God, I love this weapon. So here's the thing about this weapon. This is my baby, man. We're gonna put, well, let me show it to you regularly. This is the Zenny Star. You get this weapon from, you know, 300 days login. So let's look at this. This will be an easy way to show you guys how much 10 meters is. And this is from me just testing this weapon. Now you throw this disc down and the disc comes out, right? So we're gonna look at this right here. We're gonna look at this. We're gonna put it right on top of it. And that right there is 5 meters. That's 5 meters, right? Actually 4 to 5 meters. 4 to 5 meters. So the cool thing about this is that it has naturally high base range. So what's going to happen is that we're going to go over here and we're going to put on prime reach, right? We're going to put prime reach on this weapon because it comes with naturally, the second part of the weapon has high base range. So it's going to scale up just a lot better. So let's go ahead and look at this now for you guys. And then when you put it on, this is the same length as the orthos. Do you guys see that? That's how much the orthos is hitting, but you guys can't always see it. Now I know for a lot of people that use the orthos, you guys know the base 10 meter range on the orthos. So when you look at this weapon, oh good God, hold up. We got 10, hold on. Let's look at this. Let's look at the end of the wave. The end of the wave, what is that? And let's go into center. Okay, yeah, it's 10 meters. It's 10 meters. All right, so you have that, guys, and that's 10 meters. That's how wide of a DPS you would be doing to such a high target. So it's a really high thing. And I know whips, period, just have a nice high range to them. Whips have a really high base range. So the weapons like the Zenny Star, the Orthos Prime, the War is really good as well. It just doesn't hit as far as the Orthos and stuff. I know the Vacor Sidon, I know range is supposed to affect the blind on the weapon as well. So that's another thing. You guys let me know in the comment section if that's still a thing. I'm not a big fan of the weapon. Actually, the only weapon that I've actually used in that class has been the Orthos. The rest I've just really leveled up. But other than that, man, the Mios is fantastic. You guys just let me know on how you guys feel. Now, a weapon like this, I don't even think this weapon equals the same size of the Orthos, but you guys let me know as well. You know what? Let's test it. Let's not be lazy. Let's test this weapon, right? Let's see. Actually, I want that back on there. This is gonna be the last one I test. Let's see, prime reach, and then we have, I want to put in Maimon Strike. Only reason for Maimon Strike and this is for testing. This is just how I test. It's easier for me to see numbers than to guess. So whenever you see the numbers, it makes it a lot easier for you. Well, personally for me. All right, so we're gonna jump out here. We're gonna see the range of this weapon, right? Now remember, you marked them. Dang, it just marks your shield, bro. All right, there we go. We marked the enemy, right? Okay, we're getting numbers at 9 meters. Okay, so no, we're not. No, we're not. We were getting it all in the bubble. Hold on. This weapon scales pretty freaking bad with prime reach. Now the slide attack might be more. Nope, slide attack isn't that much more. And see, guys, that's just the thing. That's just what kind of already shows that just because you see the weapon and the length of the weapon doesn't mean that it comes with a high base range, which is such a weird thing for me in Warframe. And I honestly personally don't think that makes any kind of sense in the game. And you guys can just let me know. Now remember, on throwing weapons just have a lot of range, period, because you're obviously throwing them. Whips are amazing. The Atarax is fantastic. But you guys just let me know what you feel in the comment section. If you guys think that this would be a great stat to put in Warframe in our arsenal, to have range put into our stat sheet so we can see the base range of all weapons. I think that would actually be a great idea. As always, thank you guys for the love and support. You guys are just growing with this channel so amazingly, and the channel is growing so fast. It's just ridiculous on how fast it's going. If you're new here, your first time seeing the video, be sure to hit the subscribe button, man. Join the family. You guys are amazing, and I just love making videos for you guys. So the videos have been a lot more consistent because I've been getting out quicker content to you guys. And don't worry, guys, I have all of the end game stuff that you guys want to see. So thank you guys so much for the love and support. You guys are amazing, and I'll catch you guys later on the next Warframe. Wait, how are we gonna end it with Mesa? You guys know we have to end it in a different way, right? So how are we gonna end it? With what? What weapon ends it well with Mesa? No, no. You know, that's not a bad way to end it. Okay, yeah, this is the way to end it. This is the way to end it. And I'll catch you guys later on the next Warframe. That was still lame. That was so lame. All right, guys, I'm out. Take care.